Okay, in today's video, what I want to do is share with you my brand new goal setting process for this year. Now, I have had elements of this in my previous goal setting process that I've used for many, many years now, but this year what I've decided to do is add in a gamification element. So just a fun element that uses bingo cards to help me stay motivated month after month after month, rather than have to sort of reach for these big annual goals that can be sort of demotivating after a little while. So it's the beginning of February. I've practiced this process for a month just to make sure it really works before I tell you about it. And after my walk, which I'm heading out for now, I am going to share that process with you, jump over to my computer and show you exactly how you can set this up for yourself too. Okay, I'm back from my walk, although I have to admit this is a couple of days after I recorded that other intro video, despite the fact I'm wearing exactly the same thing, because I've got like multiple versions of the same outfit and I wear them pretty much every day. So let's look at my goal setting process for 2024 and just some of the changes. Now, some of you might have seen some of this goal setting process before. Some of you probably have this template because I sell this template in my shop, and I'll link below to that if you do want to get hold of this. However, I've changed some stuff this year because I was thinking, how can I gamify this and make this a little bit more fun? I've simplified my goal setting process quite a lot this year because I was finding that I was having too many goals and becoming a bit overwhelmed, in which case you just sort of fall off the bandwagon straight away. So I've limited everything down into 3 core areas and then some goals under that. And then I have a review process and then a fun, gaming process as well, which I want to talk to you about how I keep this really fun and engaging for myself. So let's start with this. So this is a Notion dashboard that I've built, which has my goals all built into it and all written out. So this is sort of the core goal planning bit that underpins the whole process, and it's divided into areas and goals. So I've got 3 core areas. I used to have lots more areas than this, but this year I've decided to limit down to 3 core areas, and they are business, health, and personal. These link actually also with my daily ideal week calendar planning system, which I haven't set up here to show you, although I could. I'll open that quickly for you to show you. So let's have a look. I don't think that's going to appear. Hang on, I need to fix that up for you so that you can see. There we go. Okay, so this is my daily ideal week calendar planning system. I've talked about this lots of times before, but you can see there's 3 colors highlighted in this. So this is how I want to ideally run each of my weeks, and the yellow is my work, the red is my health and fitness, and the gray is my family time, my personal time. So everything about my goal setting all links down to those 3 core areas. So the first thing to do is to actually identify what those are for you. They might be the same 3 as I've got here. However, you might have different sort of core priorities that are important to you, but these are the ones that are really important to me. So that's my ideal week planning system. I've got another video in my YouTube channel about that if you want to go and have a look at that, and I'm actually going to update that because that's changed a little bit as well, so I'll update that soon, but there is a video already in there and it's pretty similar to this. So back to this one. So my ideal week system also maps to the business, health, and personal, and then the goals also map to business, health, and personal. And so I've got all of my goals listed out, and I just listed out the stuff that was important to me for this year. I did that process back in January, and just for context, I'm recording this on the 6th of February, and I wanted to do that for a reason, because I wanted to actually give myself a month of trying out this new system before I told you all about it. However, if you're starting this in February or even later in the year and you're watching this video, don't feel like you now have to wait till next year to start this. Like, goal setting and goal planning can start today. So don't feel like you've got to wait till next Monday, or you've got to wait till next month or next year or whatever. Just get started and get going with it. It doesn't matter if you're in the middle of the year or in February or whatever, just get going with it. So these are the things that I set up for the beginning of the year. Again, I tried to just keep it not too overwhelming for myself this year. This might still look overwhelming to some of you, I don't know, but this is a whole year's worth of stuff. So I can achieve quite a bit in a year. I'm a pretty productive person. So these are the sort of big things. However, most of these things are going to take the year to achieve. So getting to my revenue goal is going to take the year. Getting to 100,000 email subscribers is going to take the year. Getting to 200,000 followers is going to take the year. And this was always my problem with goal setting in the past, because you set this at the beginning of the year, at the beginning of January, or whenever you're going to do it. And then it can be a bit demotivating because it just seems like this huge task that you've got to then break down, and it's just like you sort of don't feel like you're making any progress on your goals because they're such big goals and you can't really tick them off. I'm a ticker offer. And so one thing I learned back when I was doing my PhD, so for those of you who might be new here, I have a PhD in business, and one of the things I learned when I was doing my PhD, because it's a very similar kind of thing to this, where you've got a 4-year project that you've got to deliver at the end of 4 years. I set that project and then I really cut it down into like tiny steps. So for me, one of the steps was that every single day of those 4 years, I had to write 1,000 words, because then once you get to the end of like when you're writing up your PhD, like it's not so overwhelming, because every day for 2 years prior to that or whatever, you've already been writing 1,000 words. And so you've already got like 700,000 words or something, which obviously I cut out so much in my PhD. But anyway, the point being, you break it down into steps when you've got big projects. So this is the thing that I felt was missing from my goal planning process in the past, and where my gamification of it, which we're coming to in a moment, has come into it, and the bit that I'm loving so much about it. So this is the core thing. This you can get in my shop. This goal planning template is part of my productivity system. As I said, I'll link it down below. The next thing I do are monthly reviews. So these I've been doing since the beginning of 2022. This is where I go through a process of, if we just go into January 2022, here's the template here. I'll just move, do I need to move myself? And you can sort of see. So then I go through a process of just analyzing my metrics, looking at my social metrics. That's not such a good one. Let's go to a more recent one. So putting in revenue, expenses, metrics, what my top 3 wins from that month were. I do a sort of cleanup from the, what's that called? The Getting Things Done, GTD system, by names escaping me at this second, but you can look it up. Just a quick sort of clear up of my desk, clear up of my digital files, and then I write myself a little blurb of what went well, what didn't go well, learnings, and I do that across my business and personal areas according to like how I'm mapping to my goals and stuff. So that was a good way to sort of keep track of how things were progressing for the year. However, still, it just wasn't that fun. Like, it was good, I could review and all of that thing, but as I said, I really love to tick things off a list. It gives me a lot of like motivation to keep going. So that's where I felt it was missing, and where I'm going to come to my gamified fun part of this process in a moment. And then I do a bit of planning for the month ahead as well, set my new projects for that month and that sort of thing. Now, if you're interested in that, I've got a completely free template for that. It looks like this, which is exactly the same as what you just saw. It comes empty. You can just duplicate it. It's got a little video there that teaches you how to use it and set that up. So again, I'll link to that down below as well. You just sign up here, just enter your name and email, and you can have a copy of that free Notion template. So that is that part of my goal planning process, which is my monthly reviews. So far we've covered the areas. So set your 3 core areas, then create your goals that map to those areas, and then start doing your monthly reviews. Honestly, these monthly reviews have been such a massive game changer for my business, just in terms of keeping myself accountable and that sort of thing. So that's my Notion part of this. That's sort of the formal part of my goal setting process, if you like. So we've covered that and we've covered that. Now let's come to the fun part. The fun part this year is that I have set up some fun bingo cards for myself. So what I have done is looked at my goals for the year, and I've mapped those on to an annual bingo card, so 2024 bingo card. So I just created this in Canva, as you can see. Very, very easy to do, and there's actually Canva templates for bingo, so you'd be able to easily set one of these up. I can also create a quick template for you as well, so maybe I'll even do that and put that down below as well, so that you can do this really quickly and easily, and there's no excuses for not doing it. However, the thing I was thinking about this is that again, it's going to take, basically most of these will get ticked off in December or in the last week of the year, because these are big projects that I've sort of working towards. So cook 100 new dinners for my family, because we're so sick of eating the same dinners, and add them to my database. That's going to take me all year to do that. So I thought, well, that's again a bit demotivating. I managed to get 1 done in January of these, but the rest of them are going to take me a really long time. So I thought, okay, what could I do to make it sort of more break down the tasks, make it a bit more fun, and get some progress going, which is why I wanted to wait for January. So what I'm also doing is breaking down my bingo cards for the year into monthly bingo cards, and I'm going to put in smaller goals, smaller sort of action steps, if you like, towards these bigger goals that I'm trying to tick off. So for example, 150K in revenue, that works towards my 2.4 million in revenue goal for 2024, and I tick that one off. 80 kilogram leg press works towards my 120 kilogram leg press, and I tick that one off in January. What else? So like 2 blog posts each day on my Instagram page, that works towards my 200K, I think 200K Instagram followers. So I tick that one off. And so you think about, okay, what are the little action steps each month that I'm going to have to do in order to hit my monthly goals, or my annual goals, I should say. So that's the way that the monthly bingo cards work. And this is the one I love the most, because every month I'm able to start to tick things off pretty fast. So as I said, we're on the 6th of February, and I've already yesterday, ticked off the 90 kilo leg press, which is heading towards my 120 kilo leg press. In fact, I probably should raise that because I'm not finding the leg press stuff as hard as I thought I was going to. So then I've got like lots of other things for February here to be ticking off as the month goes through, and eventually, like I did in January, the goal is to hit bingo. Now, if you're very competitive with yourself, like I am with myself, you will find this very motivating. So towards the end of last month, I had something that was not finished. What was it? I created a new lead magnet, I think it was. And so normally I'd be like, my community has lots of lead magnets already, it doesn't really matter. However, because it was sitting on my bingo card and I didn't want to just have one extra task sitting there, I made it. I did it on, and I decided, okay, I'm just going to do it and get it done so I can tick off my bingo card. And in a previous life, or like without having the bingo cards, I probably wouldn't have bothered. I would have gone, I'll do that in February. It doesn't really matter. It's not super important. So that's the thing that I'm loving about the bingo card. It sort of does make me gamify with myself and be like, okay, well, I don't want to leave the bingo card with like 1 star not completed. So I better just get the thing done. So that's how the system works. So there's one extra part. So then the final part of it is that I turn this annual bingo card into something motivating that I can look at constantly throughout my year. And the way that I've done that is I've turned that. So all I've done is to resize that into a Instagram story size using Canva. You'd need to have the paid Canva subscription in order to do that, I'm pretty sure. So then I've resized that into the new format and downloaded that as an image. And then what I have done, will come over to here so that I can show you. Just need to switch you over to looking on my phone. Okay, here's my phone. So as you can see, I've then downloaded that onto my phone as my, what do you call this? Wallpaper? Screensaver? Whatever it's called. And so every single time, like think of how many times in the day you open your phone. So I used to have a picture of my boys, which they're a bit offended that I have now put my bingo card instead of their picture. However, I've got lots of pictures of them and I get to see them constantly. So I decided this was more motivating for me for this year. And so all I did was, like, if you've got an iPhone, you just download the image to your phone, then come to customize, and then you can choose, you can see down in that bottom left corner, you can pick an image and you just pick the image, resize it, and it fits onto your screensaver. So every time I, why does that say Tuesday the 9th of January? It's doing something weird. There we go. So every time I look at my phone, which is probably hundreds of times a day, I think about all of my annual goals and they're all just sitting there right in front of me. And I love that. So the other thing you could do, I just didn't want to have to change it every single month, but you could actually do the same thing for your monthly goals if you feel like you want to see more things being ticked off. I just am happy to have the annual goals sitting there instead. So, but you could still convert the monthly ones to become your screensaver as well. So that is my system for the year. I just wanted to share it because it's a little bit different to what I've done in the past. And I thought you just might find that interesting. So that is everything that I wanted to tell you today. So I'm just trying to get you off this and put you back on with this. So yeah, excuse the mess. We are building a new house at the moment. So we have boxes absolutely everywhere. You should see my office. It's like completely covered in boxes with furniture and lighting and sheets and towels and everything for the new house. So the office is a mess at the moment. Anyway, I wanted to spend a little bit of time, share that system with you, hopefully give you some motivation. I'll put those resources, the Notion dashboards, the paid one, the free one. I'll make you, before I post this, a quick little Canva template for free as well that you can use to create your bingo cards. And I hope you find that a motivating and helpful way to set your goals this year. And I will catch you in, one other thing. If you don't yet subscribe to my channel, could you please do that? That would be super, super, super helpful. It just helps to grow this channel and get it in front of more people and hopefully provide a little bit more value, free value. I put my time into this, so all you have to do is click subscribe and perhaps share this video with a friend who might find it helpful, and that helps to grow the channel, helps to build my brand and that sort of thing. So that's a way that you can say thank you for the free value that I'm sharing with you. So thanks very much for watching. I hope you find that helpful. Definitely give it a go. Tag me on Instagram if you do create this little system for yourself, because I'd love to see what you've done with it. Otherwise, have a great day and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now.